All right. Hi, guys. Welcome, welcome. My name is Patia Meismer, and I am out of Indianapolis, Indiana. I am roughing it tonight. We just got back from a pool party with my kiddos. So that's what I absolutely love about this job is that I can kind of do it whenever, however I want. We do not have a boss, which is amazing, but we have tons and tons of support. So I'm one of your upline leaders. I have been in this business now for over 11 years. Before Neora, I had no experience in direct marketing. I had no experience in skincare, wellness products, anything like that. I really got started for the love. We had night cream and day cream. And I went to my friend Shallon. So my friend Shallon is one of the top people in the business now, the most down to earth person. None of us had ever done anything like this 11 years ago. And we were, I'm 30, I was 32 at the time when I was introduced to the product. And I saw Shallon at a pediatrician's office because we have sons, her youngest, my oldest is like 2 weeks apart. So anyway, we saw each other. We hadn't seen each other, gosh, a long time at that point, since middle school, really. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm having a party." This was on a Tuesday. She said, "I'm having a party on Friday. You should come over. I would love to catch up." I was like, "Yeah, cool. Let's catch up." So then she Facebook messaged me on Thursday and was like, "Hey, I'm at Kroger. What kind of wine do you drink? Red or white?" And I was like, white. And then Friday rolled around. And of course, it was a long day. I, at the time, was in corporate America. So I did billboard advertising sales for 10 years out of college. And I had a great job. But when I had a family, started my family, I just noticed it was really, for me and my family and my lifestyle, it was just too much. I was super overwhelmed. I would commute to work an hour each way and I would see my newborn son maybe an hour at night. And I just kept thinking, there's got to be a different way. I can't do this rat race. I was so angry with traffic all the time. And I was just like, this is not my best self, you know? So, I was actually, when I saw Shallon, I was actually in the midst of looking for a job. I was thinking I was going to job share. And so, as an account executive in a billboard company, you can like job share with people and they take half the accounts, you take half the accounts, whatever, and make, part-time money. And I'm like, okay, but literally by the time that I made that, it would have paid for daycare. I was like, what am I going to do? So I see Shallon go to her party. Of course, by Friday though, I was having a long day and I did not feel like going. I did not feel like right, being social. It was a bad day. And but I remember that she was like, "What kind of wine do you want?" And of course, I'm like, "That was so sweet." Know that it is a tactic actually of and it works because I was like, "That was so sweet." And of course, went to her party. So when she had her launch party, she joined about a month before me. And at the time, she passed around her before and after photos. And I like, know, and trust her. And so, of course, I'm in shock. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what this product did to your skin. At the time, I was not taking care of my skin, but I did start to notice in my 30s that I was not invincible anymore. And I was seeing signs of aging. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got to use this product. So started using the product and fell in love. And I know a lot of you guys are in the same boat. You love our product. And you're like, maybe I can get it for free or, whatever else interests you. Well, for me, it was the product worked and literally within I'd say a week, it was like light bulb went off in my head. And I was like, oh my gosh, this could be it. And then, of course, all the self-doubt came in mind because, of course, I've never done anything like this. I'm not an expert. I don't know what I'm doing. Who's going to trust me? What are people going to say? All of the things. And I had to go through that, like maybe many of you are going through that or have gone through it. And I decided to say, you know what? What if? Why not? Why not me? Let's see what happens, right? And so I started March 14th, or well, no, I'm sorry, March of 2014. And I started with the same kit that you have, the same business, the same 24 hours. It really came down to, for me, and it comes down this way for really everyone, is what is your why? What is driving you to get up in the morning and work this or stay up late? For me, I really wanted to make part-time money and stayed home with my kiddo. I had that vision, and it was such a clear vision that it could make you cry. It could make me cry thinking about it because I wanted it so bad. And some people say, well, I don't have a why that big. And I just challenge you to dream bigger because this job, it is such a unique experience. It is something that I've never experienced before. Like I said, I came from corporate sales. Um, they promise all the world to you and you work your butt off. And I got a letter in the mail saying good job when I was the number one regional rep in the region. This is so much different. If you want it, it's there for you, and there is a lot right now that's there for everyone. So, the beautiful thing about this business is that you set small goals and you get the small wins, and then you keep going. And you don't let a no stop you because so many people, I can tell you this from experience, so many people are going to say no because guess what? They might not take care of their skin. It's okay. They don't take care of their skin yet. Or they are a no for now. Okay, so don't ever be discouraged by that. I have had so many best friends at the beginning, they never bought from me. And for me, it was more of a like, okay, well, I'll show you type thing. But don't let that stop you because there's just there people either they don't need the side income, they don't want the free product, or they don't want to even use our products, and that's okay. They will. And the awesome thing about our product line is that it's a consumable product line and we're all getting older. And so at one point or another, someone, either them will want it or their husband or their kiddos. And that's what I love is that these products are for everyone. We're not selling something that's not consumable. They have to continue to see the results. They continue to like the products, and that is residual income in your pocket. And then also anyone can use them. So I'm going to share with you guys a little bit about getting to where you want to be. So, like I said, the why is really that big burning desire of what you really truly want. If it is for free product, that's awesome. We will help you get free product. If you do want $500 a month, let's do it. If you do want to quit your corporate job like myself, let's do it. I'm here to help you alongside your journey. If you have a friend that got started in this with you and she's brand new, I'll start you both together. If you don't have someone that's in this business that really works it, I'll be the person that you can talk to. I really meet you where you want to be. I don't push. I don't, force anything. I'm not your boss. I'm just really here to help you get to where you want to be. That is my mission. That's my passion. I absolutely love it. And so I want to share with you guys tonight a little bit about what Neura offers, okay? Because it is pretty huge. And I always say this, you'll never regret reaching your goal. You will only regret giving up and not trying harder. So remember your why. Remember, think big. Why not? Dream big. And then I'm going to show you some high payoff activities. So Habits House. This is our number one thing and hopefully you guys can see this. Okay. Um, this is kind of our platform as our team. This is not corporate focused. This is our team focused. This has been such a huge platform for us to really grow and everybody be on the same rhythm. That's what it's all about. Don't reinvent the wheel. We have already done all the work for you. Neora has already done all the work for you. Don't feel like you have to know it all to even get started because that it can happen at the beginning. You can get so overwhelmed with all the knowledge, which is awesome. And we want you to be knowledgeable, but then you forget that you're actually trying to build a business, right? So the thing is about Neora, you don't honestly even want to word vomit on people because we want to let the tools do the talking. So I'll kind of go over that a little bit later. But Habits House is a huge platform for us brand partners to use and really get familiar with it. So you can go to Habits House, that website right there, or someone probably has already added you, like your brand partner friend that got you involved or your leader. But this is really that go-to. So you can start your training, you can get resources, you can get slideshows, you can get literally everything in it. The new brand partner guide is probably the best. It is so awesome. And in there, there's a 10-day social media challenge that I really want you to focus on. And I'll kind of go a little bit over that too. Okay, so your top goals at first. Like I said, your store's open, right? And you want to know everything and you want to do everything, but then you're not sharing it. So no one knows you're doing it. So no one buys from you, but your store's open. So always remember open mouth equals open business. Your store is open. And if you opened a flower shop in your local town, would you not invite everyone to the grand opening? Would you not tell everyone? Would you not share it on a free social media platform? Would you not share it to everyone? You would. So think of it that way. People are already using products. It's just getting them to go to Neora, or they're not using products in our simple system. Like myself, I was not using them. Our simple system works, and people will get the results doing really virtually washing their face and putting night cream on, or the filler product, or both. So first things first, you want to schedule a game plan call. So this is going to be with your Neora leader, your friend, or myself. Share what interests you the most about Neora. Again, I can't help you get where you want to be if you don't tell me where you want to be. I want to help you get there. So just think big and go through our success planner. You got that when you first started. It really does go through like, why are you doing this? And then what goals you want to make happen. So your first goals, I always say, is get free product. That is the best first goal, is to get 3 customers at $210 in sales. If you to have an active to be an active brand partner, you have to have a Smart Shop order. This is $90. It's $90 every single month to be an active brand partner. But if you get 3 customers with $210 in sales, that goes away and you get paid on those 3 customers 20%, and you get $140 in free product. So that is always number one. Let's get 3 customers. Make a list of your close friends and family, 10 people. Share with them what you're doing. Again, you opened a flower shop. Would you not text everyone and tell them, your mom, your dad, your uncle, your best friend, whatever? You are sharing it with people and telling them that you just started sharing and marketing these awesome products that if you have experience, I always think that's the best way. Like using the I statement, because they know, like, and trust you. If you show your photos, which if you have not taken a before photo, do that tonight. It proves everything. People, they believe you. You show them a photo, like Shallon showed me a photo at her party. Oh my gosh, I have to have that. So those photos work. It is worth 1,000 words, right? A photo is worth 1,000 words. So get those photos, share it with people. In your success planner that you got with your kit, there will be a memory jogger section. And that is really to jog your memory. And so you go through it, your hairstylist, your estheticians, your neighbors, your people from your kids' school, your, sports, the places that you have owned a key. Who were your neighbors during those times? Write those people down. I always truly believe if you think their name, don't prejudge, write it down. There's a reason why you thought their name, and write everyone down. Schedule your launch party, your grand opening. I always think that after having a launch party, it is kind of like the real deal at that time. You really truly feel like you're open. And so scheduling that, getting excited, inviting your friends, and then start sharing on social media. Be transparent, be real, story sell, share why you're doing this. Tell them all the things and be transparent. Okay, this is all on the table and this is all new for you guys. This is so huge. It was not here when I started, but you can earn extra bonuses on top of your commissions and on top of already our pay structure, which our pay structure is very, very good. So you can get up to $63,000 in just bonus commissions. And so what I always say is get your free product, then go and get more customers. You'll start adding in that sales for customers, and then the customers, you tell them that they can get free product next month. What? Oh my gosh, I love this. Let's get free product. They sign up as brand partner, they get three customers. If you get three brand partners that get three customers, say they love the Neora product, they join, they get three customers, you get an extra $200 bonus. That's on top of these other commissions if you hit these ranks. So this is just some extra bonus money that's on the table. And so we do have a system. Like I said, you do not have to reinvent the wheel at all. Very, very, very easy system. It's called SPIF. I don't know why, but this is the system. PSIF. So you want to pique the interest, then you want to share a tool, then you want to invite them, and then you want to follow up. You do that over and over and over and make it easy. Don't reinvent the wheel or make it too complicated. So social media, you're going to pique the interest. You can pique the interest by casual conversation, going to lunch with your best friend, talking about it at your cul-de-sac with your neighbors, social media, whatever you want to do to pique interest. You can pique interest as a waitress at a table. I just piqued interest on a plane yesterday. However you want to do it, you get their interest of what you're doing. You can save photos on your phone and go through before and after photos to pique interest. You can post on social media, like I said, but make it transparent and also don't just word vomit Neora everywhere. Put it in your stories is always a good one. You can go live and unbox the social media in the 10-day social media challenge. That is perfect in the new brand partner guide in the Habits House. Perfect to start with that. So peak in interest, you're going to talk to people. Now it says master two a day, but when you're first starting, you're just going. I like to call it your ignorance on fire. You don't know what you're doing, but you're talking to everybody and you are building your business. If you treat this like a business, it will pay like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, it'll be a hobby, which is fine too. Whatever you want, it does not matter, but it really does work hand in hand. If you want a real job, then you will work. And for me, I worked it around my life. So I had still a day job when I started working Neora, and I worked it for 9 months before I was able to quit my day job. So I did work this job while I had another job. And I'm working all day. I'm commuting back and forth, which, by the way, during my commute time, I would listen to calls like this because it kept me plugged in and it kept me interested. You will hear a story that will really like do it for you. It might not be my story. It might be someone else's on your university, or it might be another training. Whatever that story is, it will be an aha moment for you. I always say there's a day that you open your kit and you get it in the mail, and there's a day you start. And there will be a day that you start and you believe and you see what it is in front of you, and that's why you listen to these calls, because I'm telling you there'll be something that will pique you and then you're like, oh my gosh, I can do this. So when I was driving to work and home from work, I would listen to calls, and then when my son would go to bed, I would work my business, and I scheduled that time to work my business. And I would, you know, call through all of my 100 people. I would message them on Facebook or text them or whatever. And I would just start talking to people. So if you talk to people, the more people you talk to, the more success you'll have. Out of 10 people, seven will say no, or they'll just never answer you back. People get busy. They're dropping their kid off at soccer. They see your message. Oh, okay. And then they don't respond back. And that's okay. Don't worry about that. Three might want to try it, and you might get one that buys. So just remember, it is a numbers game. So sharing. So we got peak, which is P, S is sharing. So we are going to share the product. There's multiple ways that you can share the product. You can do it through before and after photo. You can do it through, we do have an app called Go Prospect. And that is a huge app. It's $30, and I'll kind of go through that in a minute, but it's $30 and it's a business expense. That is a way that you can send samples. It kind of has its own CRM system involved because you can send a sample that way. You can send samples, $5 a sample. You or the person interested will pay that. You can get bundles of samples if you want to go that way. Or you can literally take one of your bottles and say, hey, give this a try, especially with like products that work really fast, the eye serum, the filler product. You can literally use your product and let people just try it out, take it for a night, and then just kind of don't, they're not going to see overnight miracles, but create that sense of urgency, and the follow-up really is crucial. So this is what I was talking about, the Go Prospect. It's $30 a day, or I'm sorry, a month for 30 days. And it really is just, in my opinion, a part of running your business. You get all of the images, the videos, the samples, the CRM, all of that is in there. And it just truly helps have all of it in one place. You know where to go. If you're looking for a PDF, you know where to go. If you're looking for an image, you know where to go. And then just an FYI is that we do have a business that everything can get written off now. So definitely, if you want some tax breaks, this is a go-to. Usually husbands are super happy when they're like, oh, yay, tax time. And we have a lot of tax write-offs, your internet, your phone, Go Prospect, sampling, business write-offs at restaurants, talk to a waitress or talk to someone on your plane. You can write that off. You are a business owner now. So this is our rhythm. Sunday nights, we always have a team call. And then Mondays, we have some newer universities on Mondays. And then monthly success series. Again, those are just calls to plug in. And then on Wednesdays, I am going to be doing these new start calls on Wednesdays, so you can plug your new brand partners in. But we also have kind of some different Q&A sessions. It starts at 8 o'clock. So I wanted to make this at 8:30. So if you wanted to jump on those, you could too. Okay. So next one is I invite. So now you've piqued interest, you've sampled them, they're kind of thinking about it, invite them. Even if they're not thinking about it, you've sampled them, invite them. Do something fun. We have so many cute, fun ideas with this filler product, but keep it simple, duplicatable. When you have parties and you have like a ton of like appetizers and it looks really, really fancy, it's super cute. I love that. But at the same time, people that come to that party, they might go, oh, I can't do that. I would never join Neora because I could never have a big fancy party like this. So just kind of keep it simple and have fun with it. And remember that your shop is open, and this is really the fastest way. This is the fastest way to get orders. This is the fastest way to grow your team. This is the best way. If you want to grow your business, have parties. That's it. Party names, customer appreciation party, New York Glow party, wellness and wine. Here's a little bit if you want to snapshot these. I did just see another one today. They're having it at a Mexican restaurant, and it's called Nacho. Oh, what is it? It was so cute. Nacho average filler party. Loved it. So be creative with it. And then this is really important. I put this in here because you got to close the party. You got to ask for the sale. If you just end up not saying anything, no one's going to buy. So you just say, hey, does anybody want to try our products for 60 days risk free? Because we do have a 60-day money back guarantee. Does anybody want to take advantage of this? Is anybody looking for some extra money? It could be you, it could be someone that you know or love. Who would this be? Who do you know that would love to do this alongside me? And so you kind of have to ask for the sale, and you can always have a leader do that for you. So you do not have to be the person doing that. And then invite. This is another way to invite them into finalizing. The parties are a great way. If you do have someone that's really interested in the products or the business, get them on the phone with me or one of your newer leaders, because it's so easy when you're new to be like, oh, I don't know. Let me get you on a phone call with my friend that's been in this business longer. Easy peasy. We do all the talking. You could literally even say the same exact thing that I say, but for some reason, it coming out of your mouth versus yours, or whatever, that is going to be the way that it does translate over to the sale. It's crazy. People just want that validation from someone else. So that's what three-way calls are. It's just getting someone else on the line to kind of answer questions, maybe anything in revol like that you don't know, you can get them on a call. And then follow up is the final one. Follow up is everything. There is a study out there that says you cannot, I mean, like literally, I believe it's like 10 plus times, maybe 7 plus times that you have to follow up before someone actually says, yeah, I think I do want this. People just get busy. And that's why I always follow up with the third party tool. I'm like, hey, I know you said you were interested in the firm. I'd love to invite you to this call that we have going on tonight, which we do have calls every Thursday that you can get people on for the business or the product. Or, hey, I know you're interested in the firm. Do you want to try that out for like a week? You can use my bottle and just try it out for a couple days. Or, hey, I know you're interested in the firm. I just started. I don't know much about it, but I'd love to get you on the phone call with my friend that knows more. You always just kind of want to keep following up with a third party tool. And just don't word vomit on everyone because I did that at the beginning too, and everyone kind of really does. But if you just follow up with a tool, it does all the talking for you. Here, I know you're interested in the firm. Here's a small video, which you can get from Go Prospect, but here's a small video that explains more information about it. So that's kind of how you follow up. Personal development is really because we don't have a boss, we don't have anyone telling us to work. We don't have anyone telling us, hey, get up, do your work so you can make your dreams happen. That is why personal development is so huge because everything that will stop you is in your brain. Everything. I have been doing this business for 11 years and it I can want something so much for someone. I can hear all their dreams and their hopes and their aspirations. And if they don't believe it, it will never happen. It is all about what you believe you will achieve. And I know all those things sound so corny. If you think you can, you will. She believed she could, so she did. All of those sayings are so corny. I get it, but it is the honest to God truth. If you don't believe it, no one else will, and no one can do it for you. And so that personal development of just listening to a good podcast, like I love Mel Robbins, she's hilarious. Listening to her can keep you plugged in. And don't overlook this as not being important because this is everything. This is everything for just life in general. Now that I've been doing this for 11 years and this is the main focus is personal development, it is everything. I have now passed it on to my children and had them their mindset changed because it is really will guide you to where you want to be is your personal development. So this is kind of my last tips, finding balance within this job. So you don't have a boss, so you got to figure out when you want it to work, and we do have it in a system, so don't reinvent it. You don't have to know everything to start sharing. You help enough people get what they want and you get what you want. It is such a beautiful model. Remember why you're doing this. It will keep you up late and awake early. Treat this as a business and you'll pay as a business. I've kind of said all these things because it's all so true. Let the tools do the talking. Got to step out of your comfort zone. That is really, really hard. Believe me, I have been there. But every time you do it, it does get easier. And your attitude is everything. Be patient with the process and be excited. So I want to stop sharing this. I know that I only have a couple minutes left, like 5 minutes, but I want to open it up for any questions that you guys have. And if you don't, no big deal, but I at least want to see if you have anything. Let's see, chat. Okay. Well, hopefully you guys got a lot of information from this. I know it's an overload of information, but don't worry. It's a learn as you earn type of business. And I can't wait to help you along the journey on anything you need. So please reach out. Again, my name is Patia and I am here to help. Bye, guys. Thanks.